What's going on, Genius Nation? It's your man, Dr. Will, and you guys know the deal. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Even if you're watching this on the replay, let me know what city, what state, what country you're chiming in from. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, all the things that make the algorithm pop here on YouTube. I'm here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona, where God vacations. So wherever you are in the world, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Happy Friday to you. For those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that you had a spectacular Thanksgiving, that it was filled with family, fun, love, and laughter, and some good food. So this whole week, guys, we've been talking about mastering your time. So welcome back to Daily Insights with Dr. Will. So let's get into today's insight. In continuing on our series of mastering your time, today I want to talk to you about being intentional. All week long, we've been talking about how you have to take control of your time. You have to master your time, how time is your number one commodity, how time is one of the most vital things that you have at your disposal, and how you have to take control of your time. And so today I want to talk to you about being intentional with your time. When you begin to understand that all of us we're running out of time. Each and every one of everybody listening to me, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, we are all running out of time. The clock will tick our end date one day. And this is not to be morbid. This is to make us to be more aware, Sometimes, we can just take for granted. Like last night, we went to bed, and many of us, me included, we just take for granted that tomorrow we're going to wake up. And the next day, we're going to wake up. And because we take it for granted, we can tend to put things off. I won't do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. I won't call today. I'll call next week. I'll go see them next week. But when you understand that we're not in control of time as much as we want to master our time, we're not in essence control. Like, I can make plans for next week, and hopefully I'll be here next week, but no one knows, right? No one knows. And so when I talk about being intentional, I'm talking about dialing down. On Monday, we talked about living from your core and how do you want to experience life? The E in core is how do you want to experience life? And so when I talk about being intentional in life, I'm talking about really understanding and really having the clarity of how you want to invest the rest of your life, and double down on that. Double down on that. Right? When I'm talking about being intentional, I'm talking about going all the way back to Monday when we talked about living from your core, when we talked about being clear about how you want to invest your life, how you want to invest your time, and then finding opportunities to do that. And then the R is relationships. Who are the most important people in your life? Who do you want to invest life with? Who do you want to enjoy life with? Who do you want to interact in life with? Those relationships. And then E, the experiences. So now when we talk about being intentional, it's about being intentional about all of those things. Once again, how many of us have had that conversation with our friends or with our family, and we say, oh, we got to get together. Oh, we got to get together. Oh, we got to get together. And we look up and the year is over and we didn't get together. How many of us said, I want to go there. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. I want to go to Paris. I want to. And then we look up. I'll never forget, I was reading this story about this lady and she was writing an article about regrets. She was writing an article about regrets, and she was sharing one of the regrets that she had. She said her husband and her had planned to go on a cruise together, and they kept putting it off. We'll do it next year, because every year something got in the way. They allowed something to get in the way. And then she says, we finally decided to do it. We bought our tickets, we booked them, and we're going on this cruise next year. And unfortunately, her husband died. Her husband died. And they weren't able to go on that cruise together. And when you understand that, once again, time is, for us, time is eternal, but for us, time is running out. As individuals, we're running out of time. I shared with you guys earlier this week, when you get over your 40s, if we're blessed to live to 80, if you're over your 40s, then time is knocking on that door, right? Time is knocking on that door. And so I want us to be, as we especially close out this year and go into a new year, be intentional. Be intentional about your life. Be intentional about those that you love. Be intentional about the experiences. When we speculate what happens after death, it's all speculation, right? All we really know is what we know now. So I don't know if there's a Mali, right? A Maui on the other side. I don't know if there's a Dubai on the other side, right? I don't know if there's a Paris on the other side. I don't know if there's a Hawaii on the other side. So if you want to experience it, you got to be intentional about experiencing it now. And I know for me, I'm intentional. I want to see more of the world. I want to experience more of the world. And so even when I was doing my yearly schedule, I'm looking where can I cut stuff out so I can enjoy life more? Where can I cut stuff down? I'm not trying to be busy. I'm not trying to grind. I'm not trying to hustle. I'm trying to be intentional about living the best life possible. And so when you're intentional, I shared with you guys yesterday, you don't, I have, something like 30 something more Christmases, 30 something more summers, 30 something more Thanksgivings. And so I'm intentional about how I want to invest those days. I was thinking about yesterday was Thanksgiving, and I have a group of friends that we share Thanksgiving every year. And I was just thinking about this for almost 15 years, we've been doing Thanksgiving together. And each of those things, we've never had an argument. No one's ever got, drunk and wanted to start fighting everybody or anything like that. It's just always and my brother, he asked everybody, he says, man, what's some of your favorite moments of us sharing time together? And everybody expressed all these beautiful moments. And so I'm intentional about that. Like, I'm intentional about not putting myself in situations that there could be drama. I'm intentional about that. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and we said, there's some situations where you can put yourself in where there's a high probability that things may go awry. There's a high probability. And I remember growing up like that. I remember we would go to somebody's house and there was always a high probability that this person doesn't like this person, and everybody's on edge, and everybody has to, hey, y'all make sure y'all, behave. There's a high probability. I remember, like, if this family member came and this family member was going to come, there was a high probability that something was going to pop off. I remember growing up, when I was younger, going to the club. there were some clubs that there was a high probability that some stuff was going to pop off. And so we were playing Russian roulette with our lives because we were like, man, I'm going to go. But I know like every week there's something pops off. But now I'm a little older. I don't put myself in those high probability arenas anymore. I don't put myself, I don't go to places where, something I don't put myself in high probability. I'm very intentional about what I do and how I invest my time. And so as we close out this series about mastering your time, one of the key things is you want to be intentional with how you invest your time. So guys, I hope this insight today has helped you out. Hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys right here in the nation on Monday morning. Have a fantastic weekend. Go out there and do something amazing today. And I'll see you guys on Monday right back in the nation. All right, guys, have a great day.